How's it go?
Huh?
How's it go? Are we ready?
Good
evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I just had a dry hit. I've just had a right dry hit. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with us three.
Brought to you from the Foster's Memorial Home.
From where? Honestly, it's a right dry hit. Excuse me. You talk amongst yourselves while I sort this out.
Mark had the dry hit and oh, how we laugh.
Honestly, right.
Satan's testicles are alive and well.
Oh God, you're not kidding.
They just happened to be stuck in Mark's throat.
You're not kidding, boy. That was the wrong time to take a draw and have a dry hit, just as we go live.
Indeed. So, evening all. Hope you're all fabulous and groovy this Thursday evening. Anybody else sick of BBC yet?
You're sorry?
Anybody else sick of the BBC yet?
You know something was...
Me personally, I don't mind. It's like I was saying to Jan. I don't mind the actual pageantry parts of it.
Yep.
I think that's lovely, and it's a lovely thing to see because it's a historic moment. But watching two presenters that's never met the Queen before chatting, well, just basically chewing the fat and repeating themselves over and over again for 5.5 hours.
We do that every week.
Shit.
Sorry.
So they should. The BBC should employ us three then.
Yes.
Because we could do it all day long. Talk the shit. No,
Saturday night.
I think they're overdoing it a little bit. There's a live stream on YouTube of people queuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it 2.5 miles long or something? It was earlier on.
4.5.
Well, but I was in at work at 7 o'clock this morning, and it came on the radio at the end saying it was 2.5 miles long. They reckon it was going to be about 9 hours before everybody filed past.
At the present moment, well, on news, as I've just come up, 3.5 miles it is, or 4 miles, and it's 8 hours wait.
Sod that. Now, for sod the BBC, if we want to make some money, you know what we should be taking down there? Shitload of plastic cups, a big tea kettle, and then we have Stevie half a mile behind following us with a bucket. Want a pee? There you go.
Oh, no. Who the fuck? Why did I get the bucket?
Yeah.
Because you've got a sou'wester.
Just because I'm Scottish, I'm used to fucking wet weather. That's just pish. Well, aye, isn't it?
We're trying to keep the overheads down, mate. Trying to keep the overheads down. We've got to think about that poor bastard stood at the backside of the pavement. You know, he's got to come right over the top of the rest of them.
I mean, you think about it, someone doing that could make some right money.
Wow.
Well, I guarantee you'll get buskers and everything get up and down going with the hat out.
You'll get that bloke, you know. £1 fish. Come and get your £1 fish.
What any change, mate?
But yeah, I think it's lovely what they're doing, but I think when they're so like just generally talking about the Queen, no, I think they've overdone it. I really do.
After day 3, I mean, you were getting the loonies, weren't you? I saw a picture of the Queen back in 1957, and I've never forgot it.
I met the Queen, I did. She was a lovely woman. So when did you meet her? Back in 1978 it was. Oh, were it? So did you have tea with her? No, she just said hello. Lovely woman.
I met the Queen once and I licked her bum. Now, wait a minute, that was a fucking stamp.
Stop it. At the end of the day, I mean, we were talking about the geezer who got floored in Edinburgh. Quite rightly so. But, you know, time and a place. At the end of the forget the fact she's the monarch, she's the queen and all the rest of it. That's somebody's mum, somebody's grandmother, somebody's great-grandmother. You'd expect the same level of respect as you would for old Mavis down the street. And by God, she deserves it, you know.
I mean, they were all griping about freedom of speech. Well, they have got freedom of speech, but there's a time and place.
Yeah, and there's consequences if you decide to be a smart ass. Like you end up eating pavement. And for those people that said the Rozzers weren't interested and did nothing to protect him, they were by his side in 2 seconds flat.
Oh, God, yeah.
There was people in that crowd who would have ripped that geezer to shreds. So, right, anyway.
Yeah, he's been charged with breach of the peace anyway. He appeared in front of the beak with his fucking eye out here. He's fucking
What happened there?
What happened to him, officer? He tripped.
Fell down the stairs, didn't he? Right.
He wasn't very good on his legs.
Especially not when Nige had finished at him with the truncheon, Your Honour. Right. Adam Stone, good evening, sir. Welcome. Black Country Vapor. Jasper, hello. Don't. Dogs up and down the country. Becky Bishop. Cousin Becky.
Hello, cousin Becky.
And if you speak to Nick, cousin Nick just got married. She looked fabulous. She looked stunning. Bless her. I haven't seen a big smile on her face like that in a long time, so it was lovely. Chris Doyle, good evening.
It's Bob, Chrissy boy. Hope you're all right, matey.
Bill Richards, darling. Ruggles. Don W, who's not feeling very well. And
Extra huggles for Donny, baby.
Faxi M's, good evening. Fee! Hello. John Vaping Joker, good evening. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're well. Norse Vapor, good evening. OKK, 70. Darling. Buggles! Some geezer called SoulOhm. I don't know. He's stalking us. He's here every time. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's him that coughs along up.
Vaping's good for you.
Vapor Buddy! Darling! Vaping Pasty Donny!
Hello, Donny.
And we've got Vapor Queen Becky. And last but by no means least on the list, we have Vindictive Flame. But I know there's more people in because they disappeared off my list. So I think I saw Snowman. Sure I saw Snowman.
You saw a snowman.
I'm sure I
Did
saw
you see a
Snowman.
snowman?
Less of that, boys. Less of that. Okay.
I needed to have a word with Dawn W while we're live. Right, I know I'm a bit slow on the uptake of things. I really am a bit slow on certain things. A group called the Struts. I watched their new single, which is Falling With Me.
The Struts have been out for a fucking long time.
Oh yeah, I know they have. But
Babylon's burning.
I was watching the new video for the Struts. God, he'd make a good Frankenfurter. Honestly, I was watching this video. In fact, I'll try and put a link in chat. I was watching this video, and honestly, he would be brilliant as a Frankenfurter. He's just got that presence. I'm going to put a link in chat so everyone can see him.
Jane Dowd, good evening. Can't fault you for eating your dinner. And I did see a snowman, vaping snowman. Good evening. And I'm hoping that's everybody.
Look, Spiller.
Ah, there you go. Oh my God, just Google imaged them. Totally agree.
If you get a chance, watch that video. It's a good song, actually. I quite like it, actually.
Ruts did Babylon Burning. Struts different bands.
Yeah. Struts are a band from Derby.
But the way that especially in this video, he's got a little bit of makeup on, and boy, he would make a really good Frankenfurter. If they ever wanted to redo it, he would be brilliant for it.
Speaking of presents, good evening, Graham.
Graham Uggles!
Yes, Graham would make a good Frankenfurter.
Make a good wiener.
Am I making the stream stutter?
How are we making the stream?
I'm just having a look.
It's probably just wobbling his camera. And there's a euphemism if I ever heard one. Helicopter.
Helicopter, look at that. Yay. It's a wind turbine.
So, stop it. I hope everybody's had a fab week. I know it's it just been... It seems to be one of those weeks that's tested people this week.
I've just had YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers may experience buffering. There you go.
I'm not that sort of caster.
I know.
I've never been buffered in my life.
I don't know. We'll have to double check that. I don't know why.
I'm not seeing anything.
No, it looks alright this end.
A little jumpy, but... Long week. Oh, bless you, Bex. And Bill agrees with me. Graham would make a great Frankenfurter. Very testing week. Yes.
Anticipation.
How's this stream? Mega buffer, what did I miss? How's the stream running, guys? According to this, everything's running fine.
Oh, Dawn, bless you. Pasty's put ages since I was buffered, just saying. Bill Richards, my wallet had a crash diet. £380 sorting the brakes. Dear Lord, Bill. And Graham says, would make a good Frankenfurter. It's my weekend job.
There's a light over at the Frankenstein place.
There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light.
Enough of that. Oh, technical help from little bro at the bottom there.
My bit rate is low. Always has been. Yeah, bro. Big love.
You're too harsh on yourself, dear boy. Your bit rate's fabulous. Dom, good evening. Thanks for joining us, dude. Grizz, you sexy beast.
Yup.
I say. Freddie Mercury would have made a stunning Frankenfurter. Oh, the thought of him strutting across the stage.
You think so?
Oh, God, yeah. In his 70s heyday, he'd have been up for that.
I mean, to be honest, I mean some of the choices they've made for the live show in the theatres, no.
The one I saw in Sunderland was absolutely brilliant. I mean, they got it absolutely bang on. And you got Giles, bless him, as the narrator. It was absolutely brilliant. Mark H, good evening.
How are we coming across now?
Yeah, seems to be all right.
I've
Chat's
lowered
staying
my
okay.
bit rate, like my little brother says.
Yeah, smoother. Yeah, seems to be bang.
Guys, is it all right?
I don't know if it's my camera. I look awfully grainy.
I think you'll find that's just old age, mate.
Coming across great now, brilliant. Gonna say I was having problems. Gonna say we came on late. I was having problems getting online. To be fair, to actually start streaming. So, but I have lowered it to 3,500.
I want to know which bugger's been writing
Grizzly,
into
fist
YouTube.
bump.
Seems to be running well. That's all right. Sorted. So, in this troubling week, what's been your biggest gripe? Obviously, we've got Bill with his crash wallet diet and all the rest of it. What's happened to you this week? Let us know in chat.
I've got a fucking tooth out in it.
Yeah, you got a hole in your head now, haven't you?
Several. Can't go for a bath case or drown.
You don't what?
I can't go for a bath case or drown. I've got that many holes in my head. Never mind, that went
How's the walking been going?
one foot in front of the other.
Thank you very much. Here all week, Charlie Fish.
Very good, actually. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's just trying to find me. You think you're kind of limited to places, on your doorstep, but when you actually go looking for it, it's getting the hundreds.
Oh,
But it's I'm still at the moderate stage at the moment on some of the trails and walks that I'm doing, although I did a hard one a couple of weeks back and nearly bloody killed myself. I thought, you know what, no, I'm not doing that today. So yeah, no, it's going good. It's going good.
no, it's sciaticus playing up and has thrown his back out again. Becky says, teenagers. I'm sure we all feel that one, those of us that have been through that. Kay's asking, is it puppy day today?
Well, unfortunately, no. One of the pups is pretty poorly at the moment. I had to take him to the vets today. His back legs are underdeveloped, so what we're having to for the next possibly 6 months is carry out physiotherapy with him for 3 to 4 times a day. So kind of talking with Steve earlier on before we came live, I need to try and kind of make some sort of harness up for him that can support his back end and take the weight off so he can actually use his back legs and strengthen his muscles up. So yeah, shit week here. So
It's not good news, but it's fixed.
no, it's not, but it's fixable. The basically the vet said if within the 6 months if things don't improve, then we'll need to consider putting him to sleep. They've also said it could be neurological, but we don't know. We won't find out for a good few months anyway. So yeah, one of these things in it. It's out with our control, but we'll give him. We'll try our best for him, and hopefully he'll pull through. He's a wee fighter, so
I'm sure we will,
fingers
mate.
crossed.
Vindictive, apparently Windows 11 spent hours playing around with it to let me install Android apps. Okay. Faxi M's 2 years of Baby Shark with my oldest, and now my nearly 1-year-old loves Baby Shark again. So I hate fucking Baby Shark.
It's something else that was fucking shit this week. I actually sat and watched that new bloody Thor movie, that Love and Thunder. What a load of bollocks that was.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I was swearing at the TV.
It's that bad.
It's that bad. And that's not, I was like, what the
I don't know, if you like Chris Hemswell's arse.
That was about the only good bit.
I've been watching, what they're called now, not Rejectables. It's new. It's a new one on Netflix. It's like a cross between The Umbrella and The Boys.
The Expendables?
No, it's something like that.
Is that the one they carry out? There's 3 of them. One's a banshee.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, bloody
I haven't seen
brilliant. Really is good. Right, enjoying it.
Vindictive. It was too. they tried too hard to make it a comedy, and it was absolutely fucking
Didn't
pants.
work, did
What
it?
was that?
No, the
New
Thor
Thor.
Love and Thunder.
Ah,
I just thought it was terrible, absolutely terrible.
It almost felt like they were trying to take the good bits of Guardians of the Galaxy and stitch it across,
Yeah,
and it just doesn't work.
well, I ain't watched it yet, so I've
Well,
been watching the
let's-
Hulk. That's good.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. I
That's
love
hilarious.
that.
That is really good. That
I am
I must admit,
so
I'm
far
thoroughly enjoying
behind.
that.
I've been
I
over it
haven't
once.
I haven't watched any of the new Rings of Power yet. Oh
No.
God Almighty! I had an argument with one of the lads that I work with. Came in the other day and he says to me, he says, have you seen the new Lord of the Rings? And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm waiting till it finishes and I'm going to binge the whole thing. Oh, it's a remake. It says, no, it's not a fucking remake. No, it's a remake. I mean, it's all different actors and that. It says it's not a bloody remake. It's, if you want to put it that way, it's a prequel. No, it's a remake.
It's not. It's a prequel.
It's a fucking prequel. No, it was honestly God arguing black was it white? No, it's a prequel, Paul. No, it's whatever. Fucking
Becky?
retard.
Did
You're
you
going
watch the Obi-Wan Kenobi documentary?
No.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
No, I've not seen that. Becky says, I thought that bit of the film, I'm guessing she was talking about Chris Hemswell's bum, was outstanding, but as a family of Marvel fans, it wasn't the greatest. Bless her.
It's a shame, really, because I mean that's the whole idea of it. Basically, is to get her to be Thor when he leaves.
Well, you'll see at the end. But unfortunately, Betty, there ain't a fix for stupid. Oh, bless. It's a prequel and not that good. Yeah, I think it's one of those where you've got to have some serious background knowledge of Tolkien. As in, you've waded through the Silmarillion and you've earned those spurs.
That was one of the hardest books I have ever read in my life.
What,
It's
Lord of the
basically
Rings?
no Silmarillion.
Oh, I've not read
It's
it.
basically it's just an encyclopedia of who's who.
Hmm.
And it's written in really archaic language as
It's,
well. So
It is heavy, really, really heavy going. I think it took me about 2 years to read it. Then I gave it to my dad, and he lasted 10 minutes and threw it in the bin. What that shit?
that's a fair point from Grizz there. Did you really expect future Marvel films to still be awesome since Disney took over? If they would stop interfering with it, same as they did with Star Wars. I listened to a very interesting chat about Star Wars, and they were talking about the prequels, and they were talking about how George had a very, very definite idea about where it was going, etc. The look, the feel. Like the three prequels were all very shiny and, opulent, whereas the three originals were quite dirty and gritty. He had that planned from the start. And then when Disney bought the franchise, basically a lot of the problems with the first two films were Disney interfering.
Yeah.
Because they literally took Lucasfilm and fired everybody and put their boys in place.
I think they're gonna have to be very, very careful because I think now they're clutching at straws. I mean, yes, I appreciate Rogue One, and I thought Rogue One as a standalone film was brilliant, and it was how you found out how they got the actual plans for the Death Star. Totally enjoyed that, thoroughly enjoyed it. Do we really need another further subplot story?
Well, that's the new series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Andor.
But they did the wrong person. Fuck him. I want the droid.
Yeah.
I want to know how the droid went from Empire to being in the Rebellion.
Yeah.
And why it was so arsey. That would be a series I would watch.
Well, it's same like with the droid with the Millennium Falcon. I'd love to find out her backstory.
Oh, the one that Lando was madly in love
Yeah.
with ended up being, yeah.
Being the sat nav for the Millennium Falcon. Bit of a downgrade, like, but there you go. At the next starbase, turn left.
No, no, don't put the Jezza voice on. No, no, don't put the Jezza voice on.
But I mean, it's sort of like, how far are you going to take this? Because I mean, I still say the Book of Boba Fett was shit. I didn't enjoy it until towards the end when it turned into Mandalorian.
There is so much excellent written stuff that they could be adapting for series that would expand it. Now, I know Disney is saying they will only do canon and everything else, all the written stuff's legends. But come on. I mean, you've got the whole story of the Jedi, you've got the whole story of the Sith. There's a generation out there that hasn't seen the printed stuff.
I mean, they could do the prequel
Yeah.
of how the Sith, right at the beginning when Palpatine was a Padawan.
Well, it goes back before that. I mean, the Sith were originally an offshoot of Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, they could even get back to the very, very beginning and how the Jedi actually started and all that kind of stuff. You know, but then again, it's how, where do they stop? Because the diehard fans are going to end up giving it. Do you know what? This is just you're just fucking.
You're flogging a dead horse.
You're flogging a dead horse. Yeah, you're only in this for the money, and you're just pissing people off, and they're going to lose audience. They're going to lose viewing figures.
Well, Paramount found that with Star Trek.
Yeah, they overdid. I mean, they really overdid it because there was, just as Generations were finishing, you'd got Deep Space Nine and Voyager running. It was sort of like just overkill.
It will be interesting. I personally think Disney, you're looking at the swan song. It's just too big now.
I think they're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And I think I'd rather see original, new stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. I think the whole mytho and everything about it and the whole world surrounding it, I think is fantastic. But you can still overdo it. And I think now they're getting to that point where they are overdoing it.
So there's the question for chat. If you could turn anything that's not being on the telly or a movie into a film or TV series, what would you pick? Go on then.
Misa.
Raymond D. Feist, the Rift War saga.
Oh,
I
that'd
don't
be
know
a
that one.
project. I hope they don't get hold of the Harry Potter.
Oh, God, no. But did I hear it right or wrong that they're remaking Willow?
Yes.
Make a Willow 2.
Is that clutching at straws or what?
Oh, great.
Well, the thing is, he's not going to be fucking grown up, is he?
Right. Have either of you two read the Michael Moorcock Elric series?
No.
Yes.
That would make an excellent film. That's The Eternal Champion. It was a series of books. Different champion, same person. And it eventually all came together. Wow.
I'm going to ask a question here. It's going to be a bit of a weird one. Do you think that turning films into TV series cheapens it?
Depends how well they do it.
Yes and no.
Because it seems like there's a lot of films that they're remaking into just TV series.
I think they're getting a wider audience with turning it into a TV series, but you lose I think you lose the big screen appeal, though, don't you? I mean, there's a load of things out there. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what genre it is. There's films out there that need to be seen on that big screen. I don't give a monkeys who you are.
Yeah.
There's films out there you've got to see it on that big bloody wall. End of. You're sitting watching a little TV screen. Don't get me wrong, your TV screens these days are fucking half the size of a cinema screen anyway. But you still don't get that.
Yeah, but Stand By Me wouldn't work as a TV series.
No.
No.
You know, I'm trying to think of another one. Lost Boys. That would not. I don't think that would work as a TV series.
I'm talking about making a fucking sick one of that, I know.
Dumb. Hey, we've got some cracking ideas here in chat. So we've got the Mayfair Witches trilogy, which is Anne Rice. And that would be nice. Gotham. Gotham was a TV series.
Yeah.
Willow is a series. Biff, Kip and Chip, the Magic Key series of books. I've never heard of that. It's not Lock and Key, is it?
Not sure.
Mark H would like an Alien versus Predator set in colonial marine times. I'm up for that. Bill Richards agrees with you on Feist Rift War Saga. It has so many possibilities. I would like another one I'd like to throw in the pot. Terry Pratchett's Long Earth.
I'd throw one in pot. Clive Barker's Hellbound. Cold Heart Canyon.
Yeah, you've said that for a while. That would make a great film.
Bloody war.
When last did they do Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? That was quite recently. It was about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, they did a film, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah.
that was
Crap.
Bill Garriott series, yeah.
Judge Dredd would make a good series. I'm still holding out for the second film.
Judge Dredd, the TV series, is still on hold at the moment. It's called Mega City 1. And there's been no further updates on it. It's been promised for years. It's still there in the making, but nobody's actually said, right, let's go ahead and do it yet.
Excellent.
So,
Interesting one from Black Country here. Stevie says turning Reacher into a TV series was much better than the films. And you know why? Because they didn't have that psychotic dwarf playing a bloke that was supposed to be 6'5".
that was a great series. I thoroughly enjoyed that series.
The Belgariad, good choice. Now that's got some serious twists and turn to it, though. I mean, you'd have to flatten it out a bit, wouldn't you?
Well, saying that, I mean, there's one out at the moment that, if you've read the series, fuck, what the hell is it called now? That one that was on Amazon, it's not been long out. Bloody hell. Let's get... Fuck. Somebody help me out here. The fantasy TV series that's on Amazon Prime at the moment, Wheel of Time.
Oh, Wheel of Time.
That got round about book 5 to book 7. It became very, very political, and there was a load of like, oh no.
Matt's reading Cold Heart Canyon. It's a blooming fantastic film. Just get rid of that. All you have to do is get rid of the section about his dog. Because it's a full chapter. Because what happened was
Spoilers.
When Cold Heart Canyon, when Clive was writing Cold Heart Canyon, he lost his dog in real life, and obviously he incorporated that into the book. And there's basically like a full chapter of his dog died. Get rid of that bit, and then the rest of it. Honestly, it'll blow your mind. Honestly, it's a fantastic, pervy, blooming film that would be.
Facts say apparently it's happening.
Excellent. We've got
and what's the other one? There's one coming out. It's the guy that plays the Mandalorian. The Last of Us. That's coming out as well.
Oh, bro.
I'll tell you another thing. I'm surprised that they haven't done Silent Hill as a TV series.
That was the first film was bloody good.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed
the
it.
shit out of me, that film.
Well worth watching if you've not seen it. The second one's not bad. It's just a bit more teeny.
Yeah, it is.
We've got.
I think they ought to make a series on Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I want to see the box.
Pardon? Whose box?
Metal Gear Solid's box. It's an amazing box. You climb under it and nobody can see you. Bit more information on Biff, Kip and Chip. It was a kid's reading book at school. They had different reading levels. Loved as a parent when they got to the Magic Key level. Well, they've done bloody Dora and Barney, so why not? I'd like to see something from Jack the Ripper, says Norse. What? Liver, spleen?
Do you know one of the best Jack the Ripper TV series? I'm sure it was the one that had Michael Caine in it. Back, I think it was it the 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. It was.
Oh God.
That was a brilliant series. That.
Prequels and backstories on Dune. That has possibilities
See
for
you
a
later,
TV.
Becky.
Well, they did.
See you later, darling.
They did that with shit. What was his name? That Scottish actor. Christ. Mine's a blank. Sorry, folks. The drugs ain't kicked in yet. What the fuck was his name? He played Professor Xavier in X-Men. Not fucking Patrick
Stewart.
No, the fucking other one, you knob.
No, the lad that was in.
You're on about
Wanted.
the sci-fi adaptation of Children of Doom. There was it was effectively...
It was a two-parter type thing. Yeah. What was his name? What was the actor's name? Fuck.
I have no idea, darling.
Scottish guy. He was in Split.
Wasn't he Wanted as well with Angelina Jolie?
Yeah. He played the lead in that.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Any Terry Pratchett books are amazing, no matter your age. I'd go with that, Matt.
I go with the books are amazing. I think some of the TV adaptations have been. James McAvoy, thanks for
That's the gentleman. Assassin's Creed would make a brilliant series and be better than the film.
Oh, the film was fucking chronic.
They just took it too far out of its
Context. Yeah, it was. I tell you what would make a great film or TV series. Mark, what was the? Again, fucking hell! What the hell is it with me tonight?
You're old.
But who wrote Hellraiser? My mind's a blank.
Clive Barker.
Clive Barker. What was the one about the carpet?
Weave World.
That would make an amazing movie.
I think Thief of Always would make a good film as well.
Some of the imagination that guy's got.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see The Great and Secret Show.
Yeah, that would be good. Saying that, they did The Book of Blood, which was quite good on Hulu. If you ever get a chance to watch that, they did a remake of that, and that is really good. But if you ever get a chance, they do the Midnight Meat Train and The Book of Blood are two films. But the Hulu have done recently called The Book of Blood, and it's two stories in one. Really good, enjoyed it.
Bill, I'm completely with you there. The animated version of Soul Music was brilliant. Weird Sisters, the animated, is well worth catching as well if you haven't seen it. There is so many brilliant Terry Pratchett books that haven't been done. Monstrous Regiment would make a fantastic series.
Yeah, but I think a lot of them work better as animation as live.
I'd go with Summit Seed. Anime. Summit Seed.
Seed?
Yeah.
Seed.
Sorry?
Appleseed.
Appleseed. That would be a good TV series.
There is some cracking ones already. If you can get the dub versions of some of the Japanese anime, and especially the 3D computer generated stuff, they are brilliant. Absolutely. A lot of them on Netflix.
Another one, what was it now? Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, hell yes.
That would be a good series.
There's another one in that. The same guy that wrote Conan. He did. It was set in the Quaker, Solomon Kane. Now that's been a film. That wasn't a bad B movie, but that as a TV series would have worked much better.
You seem like with Tank Girl.
Oh, they just watered that down too much.
Yeah, but if they turned that into a series and follow the actual comics, it would be good.
If the makers of The Boys got their hands on Tank Girl, that would be to die for. And there would be boobies everywhere. Parasite, another cracking one. The anime version of that, if you've not caught it, that's brilliant.
I've not watched the live version of it.
There's a Korean live.
I've not seen that.
But the anime version is just the definitive. You don't get much better. Same with Tokyo Ghoul. They've done a live version, and there's an anime. The anime is just, they should have stopped there. Yeah, it's just got the feel. Keanu Reeves as Darth Revan. I love you, Norse.
Matt, have you never seen the original Tank Girl movie?
Yeah.
Not Matt. Tank Girl would be an epic film.
See, they went for the PG-13.
Yeah.
They should have gone straight for the R.
Oh, I watched Twins of Evil last night. The old Hammer House of Horror jobby. There's lots of boobies in that.
There's a little flash of meow as well.
Ooh, Devil May Cry. That'd be a
His head
good
was
one.
split open though.
Devil May Cry. There's already an animated series, and if they can get the live action version of that, that would be stunning. That was brilliant. Vindictive. See you later, dude.
Have a good one, buddy. Fist bump.
This is the thing, though. Are video games becoming the source material? Have we lost the flavour for the books?
See, I think video games are becoming the source material for movies now because people, they've just lost the plot. They can't. The people who make these video games are coming up with great and fresh ideas, whereas the people in Hollywood are saying to themselves, I've drew a blank, I don't know what to do next. Oh, let's remake fucking Mary Poppins. No. Do something
you've always
else.
got to remember, though, it's that front and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously,
It's got to make money. You think about it, they must be thousands upon thousands of absolutely amazing scripts that we will never see the light of day.
Angry Birds is a horror movie.
Oh, hell yeah. Zombie pigs.
Did they not try that with Tippi Hedren?
Oh, man. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City would have been class. It would have. But they did fuck it. And they fucked it hard.
Yeah, they fucked it seriously, aren't they?
Angry Birds Star Wars. Red as Luke Skywalker. Yes! Species is a series. Now that would be interesting.
It would be interesting, but they'd tame that down.
See, there's one I'd love to see as a series. God of War. There is so much material in there. Big Minecraft player. The film has stalled so many times because rather than getting the community involved, they're trying to child Hollywood the film. Yeah, we don't talk of Sonic. No, we don't talk of Sonic. No. Sonic is not. No. Ghost of... Oh, father, what do I pronounce that? Ghost of Tsushima would be amazing as a film or series. The game was breathtaking, absolutely amazing. Go 13. That is a superb series of films.
Look at what they did with Doom, the movie. That was great. That was a good movie. It was It was very well done. So that I mean, there is a lot of scope out there to turn video games into movies, but do it properly. Don't
Well, that
just
first,
make a hash of it like the fucking last Resident Evil series. That was just fucking dire.
Well,
That
I
should
mean,
be
that just took it. That could have been any zombie movie. That
yeah.
the
I mean,
old,
the thing is, but you know what annoys me that is to a certain extent, right? They released that shit thinking everybody would love it, and they spent millions in making Batgirl
mm,
and binned the whole thing.
yeah,
Just
crazy.
fucking show it. Just do what they did with Zack Snyder with his cut with the Batman movie, or what do you call it? The
Mortuary's Assistant, Graham, is that the one where you have to identify the demon? I've been seeing some gameplay on this on YouTube quite a lot. You know, the playthroughs, and it actually looks like a brilliant game.
Has anybody watched that Lovecraft's County?
No.
Not yet. It's one that's on my list.
I watched the first episode of it. I don't know what to think of it. Don't know what to make of it, should I say?
A man
Grizz.
would like to see a decent, honest remake of Bruce Lee's life story.
Never happened. I'd love to see it. Dragon was so polished it was unreal. But I don't think they're prepared for that yet. Because to do that, you would have to take into account all the racism in Hollywood in the 70s.
Yeah.
That's why Carradine got Kung Fu instead of Bruce Lee, who came up with the idea.
Was it Bruce Lee that came up with the idea for Kung Fu? I didn't know that.
According to legend, Bruce Lee gave the producers the outline of the series, and then they were working on it on the context that Bruce Lee would play the monk, and it ended up going to David Carradine.
Who
It was Chinese.
who was actually a student of Bruce Lee's.
Yeah.
He did play. It was a good TV series, though.
I'd love to see it, Matt. I honestly would love to see it because I think there's a lot more to that story than the bits that were released. I would love to see more on the idea of the family curse. Whether that was a real thing or whether that was just something that Dragon invented. But it was fabulous. It really, as
I've got to admit, I'm not a
Dragon
big
was good.
Kung Fu person. Just thought I'd put that out there.
No, I enjoy 70s Kung Fu. I mean, Ip Man. I love those films. There's just something about them. And it's not that,
What's the one with the little child and the basket?
Oh.
Is that The Last Samurai or something daft like that?
No. It's shit. The original's been ripped off so many times.
I'm just thinking of the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. I want the knife.
Thank you, Grizzly. Yes, I am little in every way.
Apart from one.
Apart from one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was the Golden Child. I thought that's what he was talking about.
No. This is an old 70s proper Kung Fu.
Lone Wolf and Cub.
And
That's
there's
it.
honestly, this where he
That,
chops people's
wait a
heads
minute.
off and this massive squirt of blood and all that lot.
No, Lone Wolf and Cub is brilliant. I mean, that's manga. It's been loads of live action in Japanese cinema on that. Now, wasn't that based on... I'm just trying to think. That's based...
Good day, Stuart.
Lone Wolf and Cub. Dum da dum da dum. See, there's a lot of people asking whether the Mandalorian's based on Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking.
It has got them hints, though, hasn't it?
Oh, big time. Let's see what it was based on, because I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Google is your friend.
It bloody is. Inspired by Sigurd, who was made invulnerable by bathing in the dragon's blood. But that has spawned off so many stories.
There's a couple of them that I'd like to see remade. I'd like to see Riley the Ace of Spies redone.
Oh, Raffles. If you're going to do Riley, you've got to do Raffles. The Gentleman Thief.
I think there was quite some good, late 70s, early 80s ones that were really quite gritty.
But that was all. Blake 7 was always more political than sci-fi, wasn't it? I mean,
Blake 7, yeah. I mean, it was.
That's what.
Gosh, fist bump.
Dude.
Yeah, give me that.
There's that many books that would make a good film.
There's one I'd love to see again. Tripods.
Yeah, the TV series.
I'd love to see
that was brilliant. Yeah.
Gordon, but I remember reading those at primary school, and I'd read loads of them.
Oh, Dante's Inferno. Yes, that would.
And I mean, I read the Tripod books as well as a kid. I didn't realise till later on in life that it was actually after War of the Worlds.
I never realised that.
Think about it, tripods.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
I thought I read something during the week that they're talking about remaking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I've heard that.
Forget remake. They want to stick to the original bloody premise.
Well, you didn't like Sean Connery then?
I like Sean Connery. I just don't think they did it justice at all.
It was shite.
It was shite.
It was as bad as Van Helsing.
Don't diss Van Helsing.
With Jack. Oh, that was terrible.
I enjoy Van Helsing.
Are those pants shilt or shatten?
See, I mean, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was an Alan Moore original. And it just... The comics are so much richer.
See, they kind of led into this second film that was supposed to be made of that right at the very start. When you saw the kind of...
the groupings in the paintings.
Well, it was like a fly poster for one of the newspaper, wasn't it? Green flashes seen from Mars. So you knew War of the Worlds was coming after that. Obviously, fucking Connery and the director never saw eye to eye. They were actually nearly come to fisticuffs on set. It was basically right after that movie, Connery retired. But yeah, but I would love to see that coming back, because I thought that would make a fantastic series of movies. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
See, Matt, I think the Benedict Cumberbatch interpretation of the Sherlock Holmes has actually stopped that from happening. Because, I mean, there's been lots of iterations of Sherlock Holmes over the years on TV, hasn't there?
I think Cumberbatch was the best.
I loved the way they brought it into the modern era. I thought that was fantastic.
But, I mean, even you look at the one that, what's his, Iron Man played. I forgot his name now.
Robert Downey.
Robert Downey.
They did kind of this, it was almost like the same...
Yeah, but they brought it into the sort of 1920s, didn't they? Like Victorian.
Where it was originally kind of set. I mean, I was watching a Basil Rathbone one the other week there, would you believe?
I do love the Basil Rathbone ones.
Oh, you can't beat Basil Rathbone.
But you look at Dr. Watson, you watch those movies and you see Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson wasn't all there.
Oh no.
He was the comedy sidekick to a certain extent, but they're bloody good movies.
See, Adam Stone said a Watchmen series would be ace. They did that, didn't they? And it just, I don't know whether it's licensing issues or whatever, but
That was
you can't have a Watchmen series without the main characters. And you just, no. Van Helsing took all the 70s cartoon cliches, including Scooby-Doo and the Flintstones.
Yeah, they
I
did.
still enjoyed it. For a bit of mindless...
Oh yeah, I mean for a mindless, but it was so like it could have been so much more, so much more.
I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, to be honest,
what are we talking about? Van Helsing, the movie or the TV series?
The movie.
I don't know.
The TV series, I really enjoyed.
It's when you see Kate Beckinsale bumming those trousers. Oh.
Yeah, I'd rather watch her in Underworld.
See, Underworld had the right idea, but then they went off the route of the lichens, and it.
Yeah.
But all movies seem to do that to a certain extent. They have a good run for the first three, and then after that, it's.
I think it's because of budgets. And I found out it's sort of like you take Hellraiser for argument's sake, the ones that went straight to DVD. A lot of them stories were stories of their own, and they've just incorporated and fitted in somehow Hellraiser-esque elements into it. And they do that with a lot of films. People have come up with a really good script, totally an independent script, and instead of sort of like just having it as its own, they try and merge it in.
But that's people trying to increase the revenue. I mean, you know, the old days, you didn't get all this. Yes, you did. You got the audience feedback, but you only got one set. And they didn't go away and start recutting and changing directors and all the rest of it. And that's what destroyed Justice League.
Yeah.
You know, the original cut, which has been proved, was far superior.
Oh, far superior. I've got both versions, like. I tell you another TV series that would actually be good and you could really expand it. John Carpenter's They Live.
Yes. Oh,
Because
hell
there
yeah.
was so much in that film that wasn't answered. Like where they came from, why they was doing it in the first place, all that lot never was answered in the actual film.
And you could have each episode of the series having one of the classic one-liners in. Because I can't wait to see how I came here to chew gum.
Somebody'd already put that in.
Ever had one scene just a few minutes spoil a whole film for you? Yes. Hell yes.
I would say a film that spoilt it, but I can't watch it anymore because of my wife. Jan did it. It was Return of the Jedi. And there's a part where they're in the woods and they're being chased by stormtroopers on the bikes. Yeah? Well, halfway through it, there's two of them just parked at the side. And Luke zooms by and then they start following her. My wife all of a sudden went, Nina, Nina, Nina. And that's it, he's ruined it. Ever since that, I can't watch it now.
Yeah, the ending of The Abyss is one of those scenes.
Yeah.
I would say Sphere as well. When they went down the cheesy time, you know, it wasn't a portal to another dimension as you thought and all the rest of it. It was just a cheesy bit of time trickery, and they're like, no. A lot of John Carpenter's films would make into great TV series. I'd go with that. I wouldn't ever touch Escape from New York.
No.
But Snake Plissken would make a great character for a TV series.
Yeah, he would.
How Snake Plissken became Snake Plissken would make a superb TV series.
Yeah.
Call me Snake.
And especially some of the back stuff, you know. I mean, oh, we saw you down in Las Vegas or whatever. That's just begging to be fleshed out a bit.
And
But for,
also, I mean, even the history. I mean, all right, there was Escape from LA. We'll ignore that one.
I enjoyed
It would be interesting to find out how they came to actually turn New York into a prison.
well, that was explained at the start of Escape from New York.
Loosely, it wasn't explained why. I mean, it's obviously the crime rate had gone, but so like the build up to that with Snake and doing all these and the build up to that being built, I think that would be quite
imagine that?
interesting.
Snake starting off as this war hero and soldier and all the rest of it, and slowly getting shat on by the established.
I expected Snake to be taller. I must be Snake Plissken because a lot of people say that about me.
Sphere is a knockoff from Solaris, is it not? That's not a bad description, to be honest. When Snake has a cig and just says, "What you gonna do?" I think there's a TV series in the offing.
What?
A young Snake, how Snake became Snake, the birth of Snake, from egg to viper. I've even given him a bloody title.
Even another character that Kurt Russell played, Jack Burton.
Oh, the spin-off possibilities there are good.
The Pork Chop Express.
Yep. Oh man, I always wondered why they never did another Big Trouble in Little China,
Yeah, I was surprised at that.
because that was a cracking little film. That was a good old-fashioned swashbuckler, wasn't it? The bit of supernatural thrown in. Stainless steel rat. Graham, I love you. Slippery Jim DeGriz. Oh, what a character. I mean, and they've got everything they need in the series of books. But who would you get to play Slippery Jim?
Do you know why they never made a second Big Trouble in Little China?
Go on.
First one was a flop.
No. Slow burner. One of those that went cult when it hit video.
There's a lot of them, isn't there? There's a lot of films out there that didn't do well at the box office and has become cult over videos.
Oh, Hellraiser, Buckaroo Banzai's Adventures in the Seventh Dimension, all sorts. Doc Savage, Man of Bronze. That was one that went cult after it got released. Because that was just a Ron Eli film when it was released. You know, it was a bit camp, tongue-in-cheek. But, I could watch that all day now. Kurt Russell has played some Captain Ron. He's... Yeah, I mean, Stainless Steel Rat. I grew up on those. If you remember, 2000 AD started to do a comic adaptation of them. I think it was the Stainless Steel Rat Wants You. And it was brilliant.
Debbie Does Dallas remake.
What, Debbie Spits again?
Next she'll be wanting Smoking the Bandits.
No.
No. No.
I tell everybody that was the original Fast and Furious.
You're not far wrong. Except there's no family in it. But, I mean, when you look at the remake of The Dukes of Hazzard, that should have been left alone.
Yeah, but it was like that. Then they remade Starsky and Hutch.
Oh,
Don't.
God.
Oh, for
There's certain things that you can't...
See, the thing is, see when they say they're making a remake, then you see the actors that's in it, you know yourself, no. I mean, who was in stars? Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
What about a TV series of Clockwork Orange?
I don't think that'd work.
No.
I honestly don't think that'd work. It would be too heavily censored, and B.
Well, in saying that, though, I mean,
I don't
look,
think there's a storyline.
look censorship-wise, look how far we've came in the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah, but if you were carrying out how, wow,
As you say, the storyline, there's not enough in it to carry on the storyline, I wouldn't
No,
think.
I don't think there's enough.
there was barely enough for the film. I mean, it was brutal, but the whole thing about the film was how brutal it was.
For the time.
Yeah. Starkers and Butch was a joke. It bloody was. There's another brother apparently. Oh, for the twins. Don't even mention the Italian Job remake, Kaz.
No, you just no. There's certain films you just gotta leave alone. It's like when they redid Alfie.
Oh, dumb.
What's it all about, Alfie?
Yeah, but it's one of them films that it's a timepiece. It's like Mary Poppins. You can't remake Mary Poppins because of it was a timepiece. It's like remaking Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You just can't. I mean, they did. I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and fucked that up big time.
That was fucking creepy. Johnny Depp was just creepy in that. They couldn't do Chitty Chitty Bang Bang anyway because it would fucking fail the emissions test.
Well, this is true, yeah.
And the problem with the Italian Job was they Americanized it.
Yeah, of course they did.
They did the same with La Femme Nikita.
Mm.
And that killed it. They tried to do the same with Leon. And that just didn't work. You know,
They did it with Old Boy as well, and that didn't work.
Hello, Gailey.
Gailey Box,
Really?
Bubbles!
they'll be bringing back Ernie and his... No, because that had too many boobies in and was misogynistic, apparently.
He
Johnny
did
Depp
some.
modelled himself
But I
on
mean,
Michael Jackson.
that went just really, really creepy. All down because he didn't like dentists or something stupid like that, wasn't it?
No, his dad was a dentist.
Yeah, it was just
Believe,
no, leave it alone. There's certain films that you just no.
Henry Rollins, He Never Died. I would back that as a TV series. There is so many questions I've got on that because I am convinced that he was Kane. Oh, what a film. If you've not seen it, it is a corker. It explains absolutely nothing. But what a film. Leon was brilliant. I mean, unfortunately, the predilection with the age of Natalie Portman in it overtook the actual film. But, oh, that was awesome. Bud Spencer and Terence Hill movies.
Oh, some of them are fucking excellent.
Not seen them.
Spencer and Terence Hill, they were basically spaghetti westerns. They were two Italian actors.
Right.
Bud Spencer was a heavy set guy with a beard, and Terence Hill had piercing blonde hair and piercing bright blue eyes. Some of them were absolutely hilarious.
I've never seen one.
Oh, bro! If you get a chance to watch them, I mean, they were so tongue in cheek, it was unbelievable. But they were really, really good, and it was the Italians making their own
Spaghetti
westerns, basically, where they didn't have a big American name like Clint Eastwood and that other, what'd you call him? Fucking Lee Van Cleef.
Matt Chandler, how dare you, sir? Sounds like this show explains nothing, just confuse everyone. No, honestly, Henry Rollins, I was amazed at his acting chops. I loved him in Black Flag. I knew he did the poetry. That boy's got some serious skills when it comes to acting as well. Well worth watching.
He's been in a few things. He's been in a couple of movies. And was he not? It was in. Did he not play a cop or a soldier in one not that long ago? Jesus Christ, what was his name?
And your point
And
is.
your point is, Matt.
Ew.
What about a remake of City Lights? City Lights, can't think what film that one.
I want to see Jossie's Giants back on the screen. City Lights.
Well, Mark H, that is very true. The ending was a bit.
Yeah, that and bloody True Blood.
Dumb.
Pardon me.
I love True Blood, but do you know something? I never saw the final season.
Oh,
Have the whole box set if you want to borrow it.
I've got all of them except for last season. Was it season 7?
Oh, they screwed it. They properly screwed the pooch on it. But we don't talk to Jules about that at all.
But the thing is, though, you can get that with books. I always remember I think I've already mentioned it before. Reading Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code. I loved that book. Couldn't put it down, and then it just can't be arsed at the end of it. It was so disappointing, the end of that book.
he's kind of disappeared into obscurity now, isn't he, Dan Brown?
Yeah, Dan Brown is just gone, isn't he? He's probably writing his new novel.
You know what would be ironic? Dan Brown writing Tom Thingy's biography.
Tom Clancy's.
No, not Tom Clancy. The geezer that played him. Tom Hanks.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
I'd love to see that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the books were fantastic, but the ending was just so lame. It was just like it'd just run out of steam. Because especially the Da Vinci Code, it was a page turner, a complete and utter page turner, and you couldn't put the thing down. But the ending was just so like, yeah, this is how we'll quickly write it up.
I wasn't bothered when after Ian McKellen got arrested, to be honest. I loved Ian McKellen's character in it. It was just so camp. It was fabulous. I mean, the Lost Symbol was the one that drove me nuts because all the conspiracy theorists crawled out the woodworks because it was Masons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but was that the one that was set in Washington? Was that one lost? Yeah.
Allegedly, Washington was built on Masonic symbols, which I think there is a certain amount of evidence for, but they lost me when they introduced the fairy. 100% on that.
And you're on about books. Terry Brooks.
Yeah.
Which one?
Magic Kingdom for sale.
I knew you'd say that. That would be a good one.
That would be awesome.
Never really a fan.
Oh, I love Terry Brooks.
Yeah, Terry Brooks were fantastic. I think he went over the top with the Sword of Shannara.
Shannara, I think that's what just put me off him as a Shannara series.
Try the Magic Kingdom for sale sold because they do stand up.
Yeah, they really do.
Books. I'm reading some steampunk books at the moment. You know, whatever happened to Torg? I know it was based on a role-play game, but the Torg series of books were brilliant.
That steampunk thing seems to have disappeared again, hasn't it?
Yeah, Mortal Engines killed that.
Dumb.
I love that movie. I mean, there's another movie that bombed in the fucking box office, but it's became a cult.
No, it didn't have the feel.
It was too polished.
Yeah.
It wasn't great enough. I tell you, a series of books I would love to see made into a TV series. It's I don't know if any of you guys out there have read any F. Paul Wilson books. He was the guy that wrote The Keep.
Ah, yes.
No, I haven't.
They never finished it. The Keep was shit. But again, one of those movies that became a cult classic. But he also created a character called Repairman Jack.
Yes.
And some of the books, I mean, I've read the vast majority of these Repairman Jack books, and they're absolutely fantastic. If any of you guys out there, if you ever get a chance to read them, do so because they're great. But if you read the adversary cycle first, which starts off with the keep, Repairman Jack is introduced then, and then obviously the rest of the series kicks off after that. But it would have made a fantastic TV series.
If you're going to read the adversary cycle, make sure you look up what order to read the books in, because the published order doesn't make much sense. I just got the keep on Audible. I'll tell you what, they've done a cracking job on that, and the book is so much better than the film. But the film, it tries to cherry pick the best bits of the book and fails miserably because you just don't get the characterization in it. But the soundtrack from Tangerine Dream's just superb.
Oh, I totally agree with you there, Gail. I think one of the worst films, and I know I've definitely said this before, was Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah, they slaughtered that book.
They killed the whole essence of that book. Wasn't even in the film. It wasn't there at all.
If they'd done that, you wouldn't have got the romance film that they wanted.
And it's such a shame. I mean, the book itself, it's tiny. It's not a big, thick book or anything like that. It's a tiny book. But honestly, they destroyed that. I was so gutted.
I'm just trying to think what else. Because, I mean, if you work in reverse, I remember reading the Alan Dean Foster adaptation of Alien. And that was a cracker of a book. To say it was basically him pulling the script into literary form, it was brilliant. He breathed so much life into it. Violence Jack would be awesome. I'm not sure they'd get away with it. But again, there's some anime series of Violence Jack that just superb.
We all keep on saying that they don't think they'll get away with it, but saying that there's some.
Yeah, I mean, look at The Boys and things like that that's on TV. I mean, that last series, I mean, I don't know if everybody's seen it, but there's one scene in it right at the very start, and you're like, how the fuck did they get away with that?
Yeah.
Because it was very quick and a lot of it was left to your imagination.
I want you inside me.
Boom.
It was oh no. Okay.
I suppose this is when we was getting back to what we was originally saying when we was on about sort of like films and TVs. With a TV series, they can do a book better, surely, because they've got more time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can expand on it more.
So really, the TV series of some books should be as good as the books.
Yeah, because they can do it chapter by chapter rather than having to condense everything one book into 2 hours or 3 hours movie or whatever.
That's why I think the Sci-Fi Channel adaptation of Dune worked much better than the adaptations we've seen, either the 80s one or the current run. And we are 8 minutes away from Vic starting, so
that's gone quick.
Guys, chat, thank you so much for tonight because you've thrown up some corkers. And it's lovely to see that people are still enjoying books, you know, as well as games. Oh, Mission Earth, yes. I'd go with that one, Mark. Yeah, I'd definitely go with that one. I mean, I know they tried to do... the one I've never seen anybody try is Dragon Riders of Pern, which is a series I'd like to see. That'd make it cracking. But
that would make. But then, yet again, though, it was a series of books that became very, very long-winded. And oh, here we fucking go again.
Tanith Lee, the Flat Earth books, that would be brilliant as well. Right, Mr. Porter,
Time to say goodbye, sir.
I don't want to. I've enjoyed this episode of the Ohm Service Live, the book tour. It's been great. Guys, thanks for joining us. It's been a fantastic show tonight. Not that it's not always a fantastic show, but we've had a lot of banter backwards and forwards, regarding the books and stuff and things like that. And what you guys have read, what would you think will make a good TV series, good movie? Well, fingers crossed we may carry this on next week, because there's a lot of stuff we haven't touched on. So come and join us, same place, same time, same back channel. See you then. Pass it over to Stephen.
And if you're interested in us carrying this on next week, Facebook group.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get your suggestions in there. And I know for those who've waited patiently, we haven't done the best line from the song. We will be getting round to that, I promise you. Because there's some lines in that I really want to explore further. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. You have been absolute diamonds. And this is one of those shows where I'm going to be going back through chat afterwards and actually checking out some of these suggestions. Because there's some books in there that I've not read and I really want to. You don't get that level of passion about something unless it's pretty good. So shows like this are brilliant for me. And on that note, thank you so much. Those on the replay, thank you so much as well. And I will hand you over to the gaffer.
Guys, thank you for such... I've right enjoyed it. I really, genuinely, hand on heart, I have really enjoyed tonight. It's been one of them subjects where you really all of a sudden start delving into the deeps of your knowledge and past experience of books that you've sort of like, oh, I forgot about that one. And it's sort of like, it brings it all back. And then you realise that, yeah, there are so much more to things that could be turned into a series or a film than what we're actually being spoon-fed by the people like Disney and Paramount and people like that. There's a lot of amazing and wonderful writers out there that so deserve their platforms being pushed out there instead of the same old being safe films that we do get. So yeah, I've right enjoyed that one. So guys in chat, thank you so much. You've been ace, you got. Don't forget, if you've got any suggestions, slap it in Facebook group. We're always there. And from myself, BFG, Betty, thank you. I really have enjoyed it. Don't forget, go over and watch Vicky Boy. He's on in about a couple of minutes' time, and you'll be able to see our Aiden, Grizzly, and Aiden, and all that. There we go, we floofed. And we'll see you all back here next week, 7:30, same back channel as they say. So, from myself and my two wonderful friends, these are my friends. They are my friends. Love you guys so much. Big love to you all. Thank you, people on the replay as well. So, from all of us, tatty byes.
Bye.
Outro.
Touch the tip of the iceberg tonight.
100%. And stainless steel wrap. Oh, what a suggestion. Oh, that'd be awesome. See, you get to play Angelina.
You a fucking perv.
Oh, no.